Trashy, where we take a dumpster dive on this week's garbage people and look at all the trashiest news stories. My name is Erica, and I'm your host.
My name is Cassandra, and I'm your other host. You know what's really weird about what we were just talking about? My upstairs neighbors, man, they stay vacuuming, and they vacuum every day. And it's funny because I don't think that they have pets. And I say all the time to my husband, he's like, we have a dog. We've been having dogs.
Sure.
We should be vacuuming every day, but we don't, because who does? And I'll tell you who. It's my upstairs neighbors. My goodness, every day.
Are you sure they're not just a serial killer and they're having to clean up their crimes all the time?
No, because they make a variety of noises.
Killing, the cleaning up.
Can you clean up a crime scene with a vacuum though? Like,
Well,
unless
you gotta think about your hair particles, like if you're not wearing the proper footing and hair nets.
See, what came to my mind is that imagine myself stabbing someone who's also holding a bag of oatmeal, and you're like, fuck, I stabbed them, but I clipped the bag of oatmeal, and now there's oatmeal everywhere. That was the way I could justify killing someone and eating a vacuum, is just, because they were holding a bag of dry oatmeal. The messiest thing ever, of course.
We inherited we were given one of those robotic vacuums last year.
Oh, we have one of those too.
Like 2020 or something. It was very early. And
Did I give you mine? No, I gave mine
No.
to someone else.
Yeah, I think I asked for it, but it was already given.
She was already taken, but Taylor has one, so I have one.
Well, we named him Martin, and sometimes
Sure.
we let Martin, we try to do it most days, but the problem is some of our furniture is just a scotch too short, and Martin gets stuck because Martin's not very smart.
No.
And then Martin makes all these sounds. I don't like running it if we're not in the room because he gets stuck all the time, and the engine or the battery's going to burn up. And Winston's like, we got to run it every day. We got kids. That's how Winston sounds to me when he talks about the vacuum cleaner.
That's how he sounds to me too. I think that's just how Winston talks. That was like a really good impression.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Winston. I'm Winston. The vacuum. We got to run mine.
Yeah. But I hate it because it gets stuck. And then this man who's always like, we got to clean up. He can't not leave a cord on the ground to save his fucking life.
It's always the ones who want to run it the most.
Oh, let's run it. Let's run it.
Have all the cords on the ground.
All the phone cords are on the ground. And Martin chews that up.
Funny. I just think it's so funny.
It isn't that funny. Yeah.
Ours is named Roomba, but it's not.
That's his slave name, Cassandra.
Your name is I'm not gonna quote Roots.
We are trashy.
What? Don't walk me into that. No, it's I guess it is kind of, because like the brand is not Roomba. It's like some off brand, but we just call it Roomba. So shame on me. Hey, white trash.
Yeah. So you know me, absolute menace in the car. I'm a safety person. I like to buckle up. I like for you to be buckled up. If your headlights aren't on, I'm going to let you know. Be that flashing a light at you, pulling up next to the red light and frantically gesturing. People don't put their fucking lights on. It drives me nuts. But I'm a menace in the car. But what I do notice is the most dangerous thing I do, the most dangerous animal of them all, me.
Sure.
I have so many amazing lights in my house, right? I've got microscopic, like film quality lights in this home. But there is no place better.
Microscopic lights? Is that what you're trying to say for a second?
I don't know. I have really good ones. I'm not sure.
You know what microscopic means, huh?
Is it teeny tiny?
Really teeny tiny, like you can't even see it.
I got microscopic lights everywhere in this home. You can't even see them.
Sure.
No, I have really good lighting. But the best lighting in the entire universe is at a stoplight. Never has something been more illuminated than at a stoplight. And what do? Whip out the tiny pair of tweezers I keep in my purse and inspect that chin for any stragglers. I'm at every red light in Los Angeles picking at my chin hair or my upper lip or, there's a stray eyebrow. Can't see it in my home. I look for them every day. I feel for them. Somehow, when I stop my vehicle at a red light, That's when they grow all of a sudden. And I'm out here, tweezers in the car. I got my car pair, got my pair in my purse, getting those fucking hairs.
So the car's next. Oh my God. Thank goodness for that bearded lady right there. She told us that our lights weren't on. I didn't even realize it. Daylight savings. Am I right?
It's just me going, oh God, this is really big. How am I get that one? Like,
What is that witch in the car next to us saying?
there's a
The one
face.
picking at her face?
There's a face you make when you are picking at hairs. That is
That
unlike
is an inside face,
that
too.
is not a public facing face. That is for that's in the home, in the privacy home.
You
But
could
yeah,
probably set like a ring light to stoplight.
now that's a $1 billion idea. If you
Yeah.
can set a ring light setting to what it looks like when you are stopped at a red light, then yeah, we'd be billionaires. Let's get on that. Actually, let's stop the podcast right now and get on that. But before we fully stop, Cassandra, why are you trash?
I'm so annoying.
Yes. No. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I'm so annoying, girl. I'm getting worse. I am just. If you talk to me about anything, I can hear it coming out of my mouth now. So I know I'm getting annoying. Of like, someone will be like, or we're talking about the SAG AFTRA deal, and whether I should vote yes or no on it. And
Right.
And I'm like, God, I wish that our government could do something about AI. All these other countries, like their government is stepping in, but no, the US government, like I think gun control is a perfect example of the fact that if you have enough money, you're allowed to do the bad thing that you want to do in the United States. And I'm like, that's just one more point into moving to Europe. And
Yep.
I'm becoming like, if you were to stop me on the street and go, ma'am, would you ever consider moving to Europe? I'd be like, buckle up. And I would just like list every reason as to why. And like, I get jealous of the people who I know who are
Same.
moving to Europe for different
Same.
reasons. And like, all I do is just complain and complain. And what's interesting about that is that I've been to Europe before for weeks at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what is coming around 2 weeks?
God, I just want
I
to be
want to
home.
go home.
Yes.
I want to go home. I don't know where to shop for things. Where's the Target?
What's a pennies? Yeah.
Why God, like I can't carry around all these coins. What am I? Some king in the 16th century? Like, my
I need a
God.
valet. I need a gentleman just to carry my coins in my purse.
It's oh my God. Like, I want to get into a
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
I don't want to drive. Anyways,
Well,
but I'm just like so obnoxious because I'm not kidding. Like all I talk
all I
about is
do.
like, I gotta
Yeah.
get out of this country. I gotta move. I can't
Yeah.
like I there's no future here. I can't
Yeah.
deal with this. Like, and then I
have an
there's not
idea.
one country that makes sense to me.
I have an idea and a way for us to do this.
What?
Where we make money. A lot of money.
We pretend that we're a couple and do the thing from the next story for the first story. Oh, I fucked it up. You say it.
Well, okay. It's a 2-part plan. First of all, we take the job from our first story.
Mm-hmm.
Second plan is we start a USA bar in somewhere in Europe, like France or something cool. But it's a full trashy dive bar, like what they think America is.
So
But
that
we
wasn't
have
just a segue to the first story? You
it.
really had a plan?
Yes. Like we
Okay.
opened just like a USA dive bar, and it's just like we've got like, Mo in the corner, Larry by the jukebox. Like it's like we also hire actors. It's like what are those restaurants where they hire the actors and they're like mean to you or they're like funny?
Oh,
Like
Dick's Last Resort.
it's like a Dick's Last Resort, but it's a USA bar and it's everyone you would meet in like your hometown dive bar kind of thing. So you've got like the veteran, the old musician, you know what I mean? Like you've got all the players. You've got Wanda that's got her baby in the car, and you're like,
If Billy
Wanda,
Joel is singing about it in Piano Man,
that's
they're
who's we are
there.
hiring to be in the bar. And
Yeah.
then these European thespians get their, their flex on with like, who is my role today? Uh, okay, let me channel. Yeah, I've prepared for this my entire life. I studied at Oxford. And then they just, I don't think Oxford has a drama program, but like then they get to be these dive bar characters. But
Yeah.
but the way we get our seed money is from taking the job in the first story. So,
There is a Canada themed bar in Paris. I just wanted to say that. And
right? There's
I've been there
these,
multiple times.
yeah, but they don't have the actor element. That's our edge is the who's populating the bar. And then when Americans come in, they're like, God, I've been here for 2.5 weeks and I miss a taste of home.
It do be like that because we end up finding our like, oh my god, like here's an Irish pub or a Scottish pub because we just like
Worst mistake I made in Ireland was ordering nachos. You get a good nacho in that continent, I blow their fucking minds.
that makes sense. What the
Why did
fuck?
I order
That you
nachos?
should have used that for why you were trashed someday. Like, are you joking? Like
After just having so many good
nachos.
pubs and roast I just was like, I want a goddamn nacho. It was our last night. I wanted a nacho. Terrible
Oh my
mistake.
god, nachos before a flight? I wouldn't even do that in the United States. You're crazy. Okay,
Well,
yes,
we
our first
got to get
story.
into it.
We
So our
simply can't get into what you inevitably you're the person from that Delta flight. Remember that Delta flight who like had to clear out because of diarrhea? That was because someone had nachos before a flight.
in an Irish bar. It was like a Christmas tree bar. It's Christmas all the time. It's really fun. Anyway, from travelpirates.com, our first
A
story is
Christmas tree bar that sold nachos? That's not even a
mistakes were
Christmas
made.
food.
Mistakes were made.
What the fuck? What kind of weird fucking black hole paradox were you? We can't get into
We
it.
can't get into it, but
Can't
we
get
gotta
into
get
it.
into our first story. So
Christmas nachos.
this that sounds like a really sad Hallmark movie or like song, like a new song, like Christmas nachos, and it's like Christmas shoes, but for nachos.
What?
Christmas shoes. Do you not know Christmas shoes,
No, I don't know Christmas shoes.
Cassandra?
What
Okay.
you
No,
don't
this is a
reference the
song.
most obscure shit.
No. This is okay.
Christmas shoes. I'm looking it up.
It is the saddest Christmas song. It's
Christmas shoes by
yeah.
it's like a newish song.
It's like, yeah, it's a newish song, but it is I mean, we have to get
It's
it's like one
almost
of the worst
Christmas
Christmas
time.
songs.
There I stood in another line trying to buy that last gift or two, not really in a Christmas mood. This one standing right in front of me was a little boy waiting anxiously, pacing around like little boys do. In his hand, he held a pair of shoes. So this poor boy needs
A pair of shoes because his mother. So this guy that's like checking out and shopping, the narrator of the song is like, I'm not in the Christmas mood. He sees this little boy, wants to buy a pair of shoes for his terminally ill mother. And the boy tells the cashier he wants her to be beautiful before she meets Jesus. Short on money, the little boy is, because he's about to be an orphan. The narrator
wow.
of the song buys the shoes, which reminds him of the true meaning of Christmas. But Christmas nachos will be more upbeat, maybe. To get into our first story. I can't believe you've never heard Christmas shoes.
I'm glad I haven't.
True,
I
fair.
intend to continue not in the same way that I will never eat Christmas themed nachos
That's fair.
in Ireland.
Well, all right. So this job posting comes to us and listen, I have a question. Is this just a billionaire trying to hunt people? We'll see. So it's an unprecedented opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, right?
It's his most dangerous game, for sure. But
For
carry
sure.
on.
This opportunity has arisen. So a mysterious billionaire philanthropist, a mysterious billionaire philanthropist is people hunter.
Yeah.
That's equals people hunter. Is
Mysterious billionaire. He's either trying to buy your panties or he's trying to kill you. for
Sometimes
sport.
both. He's
Will you
offering
hand deliver them? And then someone opens the door in a crossbow, and you're like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, you're
you're
rich.
curried by a private jet to bring your
They are
panties to him,
not
and then he's
gonna
like,
find
"Yep.
you, I'll
Nope.
tell you what.
Nope. Nope." He's
You
like,
went missing."
"Bring all of your things with you." So, this billionaire, a mysterious billionaire philanthropist, he's offering a unique experience on a remote island, offering an annual salary of $185,000 to a courageous couple ready to take on the challenge of a lifetime. So, this man placed it through the Fairfax and Kensington Agency. He's looking for people to live on his private island in the British Virgin Islands.
Is that what makes him a philanthropist? I just had to Google that really fast to make sure I was remembering
Like
it.
someone that donates to charity and
A
like
person
does.
who seeks to promote the welfare of others, especially by the generous donation of money to good causes.
Mhm.
So is he saying, well, yes, I'm a philanthropist because I own a private island and I'm willing to pay people to live there?
I think that's separate. Like he's like opening children's hospitals. I hope that's what all billionaires should be doing, not like buying mega yachts. But I think
Well, the
that's
taxes.
with the taxes, you know. But yeah. So he wants people to manage this island. So you would help with the promotion. So
Yeah, he wants
encouraging the development of
TikTok
relaxed.
couples.
He wants TikTok couples that will encourage like luxury tourism, value property management is essential, etc. So you'll be overseeing the facilities in the outdoor areas, making sure they maintain high standards,
You know,
overseeing cleaning, catering, concierge service, etc., and then making social media content for them,
you know, in the Twilight movies,
which I have never
when
seen.
okay, well, you probably know this concept. I think they maybe do it in What We Do in the Shadows. Maybe. Where like, oh, these guys all live here. All these
Mhm.
vampires live here in this historic building, and then tourists come to tour the building, and the human that works for said vampire
Mhm.
brings the tourists to then get killed. And
Oh
I
yeah,
think
they're
to myself,
familiar. Yeah. Oh my God, we're just
yes. So I think to myself when I watch this, because this happens in Twilight, I'm like, how does anyone even know to go tour that building? Like, if there's not leaving anyone alive to leave a Yelp review.
Before you get your blood sucked, can you log on to your Google account, leave us a Google review and a Yelp?
Yeah, like you have no one. Does no one notice that no one comes out of those tours? And
Yeah.
so, what if this is happening? Is billionaire philanthropist
Mhm.
is yeah? I mean, for sure. Again, like I said, it feels like it's most dangerous game. But if it's not most dangerous game, is he perhaps a vampire? Because either way,
Right.
none of this
Yeah.
totally like it's one thing to like be like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this island and I'm gonna make it a tourist destination. I should probably hire some professional like tourism people." But this is like, "No, I need someone who's gonna be able to do this and also do the social media for this and make this
Yeah.
seem
Yeah.
like chill." And I'd like to remain anonymous because
I'm a
I don't
vampire.
like to walk around without my penis hanging out.
So hashtag barefoot luxury BVI and hashtag Fairfax and Kensington. Include those hashtags in your video, and then you can email those to cv@fairfaxandkensington.com. So make a TikTok video, 2 minutes. That's your CV. That's your application. So let's go get it, and then we can open our USA bar.
Speaking of USA,
Oh, our first couple, our America's couple.
from people.com, Taylor Swift's fans are, quote, fully on board with Travis Kelce after resurfacing the NFL star's wholesome old tweets. It's not very often that your old tweets
Get you
get
favor.
resurfaced and that goes well for you. So
Normally
we
it's like, oh, you guys remember the little kid from Christmas Shoes? We found his old tweets. He's a Nazi. I know.
there's
It's
nothing about these tweets that he has to like say it
apologize
was a
for.
different time.
It was a different
You have to understand that that was funny back
Yeah.
then.
God. No, so I mean, listen, I've never been a Swiftie, but the way she's getting dicked down by this man is making me like her 10 times more. I feel like she's being cooler lately.
Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike her music. I don't have any bracelets from the Eras tour. You know, I
Right.
like
Yeah.
to ride the line. But I do find their relationship. He's on the Kansas City Chiefs,
Mhm.
and she is, of course, Taylor Swift. And this is a very big relationship. People can't, like, it was a big announcement when she said that he's for sure her boyfriend. She goes to all the games.
He went to one of her concerts in South America, and she changed
Yes.
the lyrics to Karma.
Karma is my boyfriend, is how it goes. And she goes, Karma is a guy on the Chiefs. And
And
then everyone was like, "Ah!" As if this was like news. But anyways, I'm like, yeah, right?
Yeah, good, right?
But people were like having reactions like, it's a visual. Like, and I was like, oh, okay.
There's Kelsey watch, like, at the bottom of all, like, CNN. It's just, like, a constant ticker for, like, Travis
It's
Kelce
like
and Taylor Swift news. Like, it's
she bought
like
all that,
post
like,
9/11.
she bought all that Kansas City Chiefs shit. Like, of course she's
Yeah.
his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so here's a post from Travis Kelce on X, aka Twitter, from April 14th, 2011. I just gave a squirrel, spelled wrong, a piece, spelled wrong, of bread, and it straight smashed all of it! Exclamation points. I had no idea they ate bread like that. Haha, hashtag crazy.
You know what? It the man's been hit in the head since 2009 professionally.
He's 34, so he's a year older than me. So he was 22 when he wrote that tweet.
I love it.
I think
He's out here giving bread to squirrels. This man's a philanthropist.
he's in college at this May 19th, 2011. I hate it when the hashtag Chipotle line is damn near to the door, ... shaking my head.
Just like,
I mean, that's what
all
Twitter's
right.
for.
Yeah, he's like, chill. Just like, seems sweet and nice. I like the vibe, you know?
He seems like a nice person. April 27th, 2011. Went from class to therapy. Now I need some hashtag Chipotle, and then I'm off to check out my new apartment.
But
So, like, he's been to
Chipotle spelled
therapy.
wrong.
Well, okay, but who knows how to. Oh, and then this is in 2010. It said Chipotle for life on one.
I love him. I love him.
But he never spells Chipotle right. It's
Mm-mm.
it's nice. He's handsome too.
He seems
Not
nice.
that
You know,
that
this is
matters.
the power of good social media. And our next story is also about the power of good social media. From Reuters.com, puking bird wins New Zealand bird competition after John Oliver campaign. So, the hold on, I can't remember how the bird's pronounced. Putikiki? Tikati? All right,
Hold on.
right in,
Let
listeners.
me hold on. I'm not going down like this. We've been burned too much before.
We've been burned so many times.
Pronunciation. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Putekiteki.
Putekatiki. Yeah, that sounds more like New Zealand.
Putekiteki, yeah.
The bird, it grunts, pukes, growls, and has bizarre mating ritual, and it just won New Zealand's Bird of the Century title in a competition with the American-British comedian John Oliver involvement.
Bird of the year.
No, it's Bird of the Century.
It's
every
Bird
year
of
it's
the
Bird of the
Century?
Century. Yes, it's called
Wow.
Bird of the Century 2023, which is their Bird of the Year competition.
Wait. Okay, so
Yeah.
they do this every year, but it's the Bird of the it's Bird of the
Bird of the
yearly
Century.
Bird of the Century.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna take the bait there.
Nope. We can't. Yeah. So
Well,
basically,
Nachos in Ireland.
we're gonna live that down.
What kind of even, like, cheese and chips do they have? Ugh,
It was
it's
they were
fine.
horrible. I can't. The cheese, fantastic. Not nacho cheese. I'll tell you that
They
much, right?
call Irish nachos the ones with tater tots, but I'm assuming yours came with chips?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Alright.
But yeah.
Anyways.
So John Oliver used his show last week tonight to campaign for said bird. And essentially, normally this campaign gets about 60,000 votes inside of New Zealand, but he launched a worldwide campaign. He went on Jimmy Fallon tonight to promote it and put in campaign signage in different capitals around the world, like Delhi, like India, Santiago, Chile, like all around the world. He was like, "Hey, vote for this bird."
Why not?
It crashed the verification system, and approximately so this year, 350,000 verified votes from 195 countries. There's only like 170 countries out there. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. But yeah, 195 countries voted, and it like delayed the results for 2 days because they were trying to make sure everything was verified. And that bird, it won. It beat out the kakapo parrot and the kiwi. Damn, dude.
Wow, by a landslide.
By a landslide. Yeah. So anyway, I like that John Oliver does a lot of social good, I feel. But
Mhm.
this one he was like, fuck it, this bird has to win.
He's a he's it's kinda punk rock sometimes what he
It's
does.
fun. It's fun. Speaking of punk rock, sometimes you gotta pivot and you gotta just do the best you can with what you got. And you gotta do it yourself, DIY it. And that's leading into our next story from NBCPhiladelphia.com. Deer crash lands on pickup truck just as man is about to sell it.
Okay, I didn't know what your segue was going on about.
Mhm. So it's like you gotta do it. You gotta pivot. You gotta do it yourself. It's like punk rock. It's like no one's gonna.
There's nothing that happened that he did himself other than have to lower the price of this truck.
He pivoted. I've had nachos in Ireland. Okay, sometimes I'm not thinking great.
This guy was prepared to sell a 2007 Chevrolet Silverado in mint condition for $9,400. And right as the buyer pulled up into the driveway, a deer crash landed into the pickup before running off. And he was like, I just couldn't believe it. You promise a guy that a truck is in immaculate condition, deer comes out of nowhere and just caves it in. So he just sold it for $8,500.
Oh, speaking of the bowling ball neighbors, here's what I think happened. This man put way too much. He said the truck was worth more than it needed. Then he realized, oh, the guy's actually coming. How am I going to explain this? He paid off a deer.
Oh.
I think the guy selling the truck and the deer are in on it together. But he was like, you got to do it. You can't come too early because then it's going to be there. You have to come in at just the right time.
I mean, the used car market is
It's nuts. Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. The video, it's like insane. It's like you hear it. It's so
This is my biggest. I've had to sell a couple cars in my life,
Mhm.
and as soon as I make that decision to sell it, because we live in LA, as soon
Mhm.
as that decision is made, I'm I'm like someone is gonna crash into this
Oh, yeah.
truck or
Yeah.
into my car. Like for sure, it's gonna happen because
Mhm.
people get sideswiped all the time.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. I mean,
this
I
is
feel
really my nightmare.
this is like getting sick the minute your health insurance stops.
I'm watching the video now and it's just this oh my god, like this dipshit deer literally I say that because deer are rodents essentially.
Mhm.
He flies, this is a huge driveway. This deer jumps over, clears a Pontiac
And like
hatchback, like just leaps over it and then crash lands
yeah.
on its tummy into the into the back of this truck, kicks the shit out of it trying to get out, and then leaps out and then just keeps going. Like
And the reason why we have it on film is there was a kid shooting hoops, and it's like a security camera. So it's like you're watching the kid play basketball, and all of a sudden the deer.
it's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. It's truly, I mean, thank God they had footage. Otherwise, I'd have to be like, hey, man, the thing I said is not real.
Yeah. Erica,
Yes.
I want to take a break.
Oh, I'm so
Let's
tired.
play it out. You know what you get from signing up on Patreon and Spotify besides bonus content, besides episodes and recaps of The Golden Bachelor? You get ad-free episodes, and this is not an ad-free episode. So Erica, play another one. Erica, do you have any concerts coming up?
Always. I'm a festival girly, you know. I have to get the VIP, though, because I cannot go without an air-conditioned bathroom.
Okay, well, my sweet angel, planning for faster and efficient hydration is also essential for festivals. And Liquid IV has you covered while you prep before, power through that headliner, and recover after the weekend.
Hey, now don't count yourself out while you're drunk poolside all summer, Cass. Liquid IV hydrates 2 times faster than water and with 3 times the electrolytes than traditional sports drinks.
I mean, we really have no excuses. Liquid IV is actually standard in my purse. It goes phone, wallet, keys, Liquid IV.
And with flavors like lemon lime, pastique, that's French for watermelon, and my favorite, strawberry lemonade, staying hydrated is easy peasy.
Mama, I'm talking B3, I'm talking B5, I'm talking B6, and I'm screaming from the rooftops, B12.
They've got all the B's.
And there's a little bit of vitamin C in there too, just for kicks.
Oh, she's made from premium ingredients and is free from gluten, dairy, and soy.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, I'm vegan now. I don't know if I've talked about that yet.
We know. Okay. Get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code TRASHY at checkout.
That's 20% off of anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code TRASHY at liquidiv.com.
Honestly, we're so trashy, we're hydrated.
Wet trash.
Do you need more trash in your life?
I'd say better in my life than dumped in the ocean.
Well, Trashy is now on Patreon.
Oh, yay!
We have ad-free episodes, bonus content, an exclusive RSS link, outtakes, photos, and more.
And with tiers starting at only $1.99 a month, you'll be the trashiest person on your block.
It's a great opportunity to show your support for this podcast and to skip hearing ads like this.
So get on over to patreon.com/trashytrashypodcast and start subscribing today.
Again, that's patreon.com/trashytrashypodcast, and we'll see you behind the paywall. And we're back. Supporting the sponsor of this podcast supports the podcast itself. So thank you so much for your time and listening. So, Cass, you know, sometimes we search these stories. They're sent in by listeners worldwide, and we scour the internet. Some of them just don't have necessarily what it takes for like a full story. A lot of it's just in the headline, and some of it is just too much. Much for us to cover.
Way too much juice.
Too much juice. So this is a little segment we call We Cut That.
And we cut that.
From mediaite.com, Mark Wayne Mullen reportedly fingered nostrils of colleagues and their spouses during visit to Israel.
For those of you who are not sure who Mark Wayne Mullen is, he's a elected official from Oklahoma serving in our nation's capitals who this week threatened the captain of the Teamsters in a physical altercation while Bernie Sanders, 99 and a half years old Bernie Sanders, had to remind them, gentlemen, this is the nation's capital floor.
He said, "You're a set." He literally was like, "Okay, so stand up and do it."
He's like,
do
yeah,
it. And
do
then
it.
He's a very tiny man who used to be an MMA fighter. But you know what?
I mean, he did like maybe one fight, and like, guess what I'm training to be? An MMA fighter. Does that mean I am? Fuck this guy. Mullen sucks so bad.
Too much juice. We cut that.
We just can't get into all the Mullins. But you just putting your dirty fingers in someone's nose? I don't know.
We cut that.
We cut that. We can't get into it.
Are we?
From Rolling Stone. From
Wow, this one's got a
RollingStone.com.
lot of juice too.
This one has a lot of juice, and it's because it's manufactured fake juice. So RollingStone.com says that Osama bin Laden's letter to America goes viral 21 years old later on TikTok. And the only videos and evidence of this supposed viral are like one thing and like one source. And like 2 people did it. And it's not going viral. But the sensation around it is what's generated. It's dumb, it's stupid, and like it's not actual what's happening. It's all fear mongering in a way, which we can't have that. But anyway, we cut it.
We cut that from ethics.house.gov. Yes, the government ethics website. George Santos used campaign funds to pay for OnlyFans, Botox, Sephora. It is absolutely crazy to me that he's an elected official. Like, how is he still have a job? He's a representative in the state of New York.
I thought he was
a
Florida. Is he not?
lunatic.
Yeah, it's lunacy. So they're trying to expel him from Congress, right? But it's like there's a lot. And I just, here's the thing. Somebody on Twitter, I wish I had their name, but they're like, guys, please be nice to George Santos. His mom's died like 2 or 3 times. This is like the second or third time his mom's died. It's like he's trying to turn in his homework late. And he's like, my grandma died. And they're like, that's what you said last week. And he's like, my other grandma.
I mean, if you just look into anything,
oh God,
I don't even know how to explain it. He doesn't seem like a real person, but like he is, and he's
this
also
Nathan
in
Fielder?
our Congress.
Is this Nathan Fielder character that's like gone on too long?
If you wrote it and gave it to me, I'd be like, "Are you in the place for notes?" And then you say, "Yes, I'm in the place for notes," and I'd be like, "Honestly, I don't believe it. Like, cut this, cut this, cut this,
It's
cut
too
this."
much.
Not one person could be all of these things. So, anyways, we had to
he
cut
bought
that.
a Hermes bag.
Who even gives him campaign funds?
Oh, there's so much dirtiness going on. It's just,
Gun lobbyists. See, this is
mean,
why I want to move.
I don't want to be against the gay agenda, but this guy is living some of the gay agenda.
He is against the gay agenda.
Oh, he's the biggest queen I've ever seen.
We know that, but he also we can't get into it. We cut that. My God. From the independent.co, a woman who spent 15 years getting revenge on a, quote, rude stranger responds to backlash. This woman went viral when she used a fake Facebook account to send someone spoilers for his favorite TV shows for 15 years.
He spit on her. And then she was like, okay.
Didn't he spit on her friend? It wasn't even her?
It was her friend. Yeah, he spit on her friend. And then she was like, she just like an old Irish witch just looked him in the eye and was like, you'll rue the day you ever spit on my friend.
I will make this my mission to ruin your life.
I'm honestly, the determination, the petting, everything about it, I aspire to be. I'm so proud of her. But the story's a bit dark in some ways, so we cut that.
We cut that. From the NewYorkPost.com, quote, rogue daycare workers are busted for allegedly running a child fight ring.
Okay, you hire an X-Man to work at your daycare, and then you're mad when the kids end up fighting? Rogue's an X-Men.
Got it, because of Rogue.
Yeah, sorry. The animated X-Men from our childhood.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't that good of a joke. But yeah, we're not going to get into a tiny fight ring. These 3 and 4-year-olds fighting each other at daycare. Hey, Erica, what'd you do at daycare today? I fucking slammed her to the ground, and then when I had her head in my armpit, I really gave her a noogie on top. I was hoping to hear, like, finger painting. We simply can't get into tiny child fight ring. Although I do. It's kind of funny.
We can't get into it. We cut that. Erica, are you ready? Are you ready to drop this?
I am. I'm sorry. Sorry for the foolishness, everyone.
No, it's okay. Hey, look, sorry. Am I ready?
Are you ready?
Shit. It's time for the dumpster fire of the week. Oh my God.
These are 7 Thanksgiving horror stories that will make you feel better about your own family's holidays.
We got Thanksgiving next, or this week, if you're listening to this on Monday. Yeah, there's on Thursday if you celebrate. If you
Hey.
don't, that's all right.
We're thankful for you, dear listener.
Yes, absolutely. So, number one, the time the family dog ruined dinner. This grandmother ran out of counter space. Things were kind of burning on top of the stove. She took out the turkey on the tray, looked around, put it on the ground for like 3 seconds, and her dog, who had been following her all day, like shit on the grandma's leg, floor, and turkey, all in one explosive 2-second blast of fiery diarrhea. I was expecting that took a turn. I took a
I
turn.
was gonna eat it.
She put the turkey on the ground for 3 seconds. I was thinking, oh, the dog's been following her all day. He wants a piece of that turkey. But it does say that she tossed him a turkey giblet earlier. And so, yeah, that's when the dog toasted. Whoa.
That dog just got that's what we call an Irish nachos, what the dog just did. That's what we call
Yuck.
Another story, the turkey explosion. One Redditor's brand new car was destroyed thanks to a holiday mishap. Raw turkey juice and shortstops don't quite go together. So, last night, my wife and I decided to do some last minute shopping for Thanksgiving. Stupidly, I decided to take my car. Why is that dumb? Well, the one item.
Why's your wife's car to get fucked up?
Yeah.
But okay.
One item we bought was one of these pre-brined turkeys from Trader Joe's. Basically, it's a big old raw turkey floating in a bag with about half a gallon of briny, salty turkey juice. That sounds good. So we get home.
Cooked.
I go to get the grocery bags. I noticed some shock that there is a fluid all over the trunk. And I was like, what? I thought it was just the carbonated water bottle I'd bought, which is spilled, right? Who knew? So, with horror, I discovered that the turkey bag had ruptured and the trunk of the car was covered in about half a gallon of smelly, sticky, motherfucking raw turkey juice. So, in a panic, I grabbed the shop vac vacuum and tried to vacuum up as much fluid as I could. Then I used several rolls of paper towel, soaking it all up. I wiped the surface for about 20 minutes with damp towels, dried everything, repeated the process several times. Unfortunately, by then, all the stores were closed and I had to make up for what I had on hand. I spread baking powder and vacuumed up a couple times as well. Well, yeah, that's it. But basically, this guy's like, last time I'll use my car for anything other than myself. What an asshole. This guy deserves it.
Yeah, he looks
I
like
thought his car exploded for some reason.
No, I'm glad that he got turkey brine.
Yeah, good for you, man. You should have been brined.
We've got another one called An Unfortunate Cleanup. Opened the fridge to take the turkey out, only to be greeted by the horrible rancid smell. After panicking that we bought a rotten turkey and that we'd have to buy a new one, we turned to see that my friend's dog had taken a massive dump on the living room carpet a few feet away, and that was the source of the smell. We'd have fed him some canned pumpkin with breakfast earlier, without realizing this would be a surefire way to induce doggy diarrhea.
Ooh. At least the turkey was okay. Personal story, I had an uncle deep fry a turkey one year and it exploded and got over fried. And so we always have 2 turkeys because the family's so big on that side of the family. But that we didn't have the deep fried turkey, that's for damn sure. But yeah.
This next one looks like it was removed, so we'll skip that.
Oh boy. So the next one, the grandmother's drunk faux pas. So, producer Kate Bell, her first Thanksgiving after her parents split took a turn for the worse when her grandmother made a snide comment about her mother.
Godmother.
Yikes. Oh, her godmother. For producer Kate Bell, the first Thanksgiving after her parents split took a turn for the worse when her godmother made a snide comment about her mother. I was 13, and it was right after my parents had divorced, Thanksgiving at my dad and my new stepmom's. Ooh. They invited my drunk godmother, who said to my face, "Thank God for you, Georgia, and the other woman was terrible." Georgia's my stepmom. I ran away while they were eating, and I spent the rest of the Thanksgiving crying in the bathroom.
Bad.
You know, you gotta really reel in the alcohol, especially if there's like a new divorce. Tongues are flying. You know, our tongues are a sword.
The time someone forgot about a rotting turkey, I have a big chest freezer in my basement. Last year, when turkeys were cheap for Thanksgiving, I put an extra one in there. A few weeks, I noticed a smell coming from the area. It turns out my cat or kid accidentally bumped into the freezer and unplugged it.
Ooh.
They got everything out and into the trash except the turkey. Because we live in the country and didn't want to put it out until right before the trash came so it wouldn't attract coyotes, they
That's a
skipped the
legit.
turkey.
I just plain forgot about it.
Yeah, she forgot about the turkey until yesterday when the smell had busted through the freezer and its putrid turkey juices had frozen solid to the floor of the freezer.
Oh,
They dumped hot water in there and it was a mistake. It
yeah.
became a filth brew.
Ooh.
They huddled next to the meat sludge, like with potpourri and a hairdryer. All it did was like just kind of cook the broth.
Sounds like this woman's trying to make it worse.
Like, here's the deal. You ruined your freezer.
Yeah. No, what you do is you put that out in the yard upside down and you just let it air out. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, so the turkey brined. They bought rock salt, Obadan, Febreze trash bags, scented Glade candles the next day. The smell was unbearable. But they had to like shovel into the icy broth. Shovel didn't work. The smell escalated. She had a terrible idea. Only the turkey wrapping was still stuck. So she cut away the plastic and freed the rotting bird from the frozen womb. It's the best I could do. Before she could talk herself out of it, she took a deep breath, punched her bare hands into the package, tugging on the foul carcass. Oh my God. So she thought I'd ripped it in half. My hands were coated in a yellow mush. My eyes were burning. One final pull came loose. I stuck the green, yellow, and purple lump of flesh in the bag and ran as fast as I could. Again, this was smelling horrible still. She says it's changing. It changed her forever. And the whole time, she was a vegetarian. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Yuck.
Yuck. Also, yeah, it just sounds like, ugh, I don't even know. The cats got to it first.
Yes, this is the last one. My sister showed up with 4 pumpkin pies. Each pie had a cat footprint into it. I took one home and threw it away. I think we all did.
Wow.
That was all. The cats walked all over the pies.
Oh.
See, now that grosses me out a lot because I know cats also walk in,
Mhm.
like litter, but I feel like someone with cats would think that that's charming.
I feel like we secretly know they're filthy. I mean, we kiss them on the mouths, even though their little noses were just in the other cat's butt. But we know. We know what's happening, you know? I don't know. That's disgusting. I'm just trying to stick up for cat lovers. Even though we know they're gross, we would never.
We would never. Dogs. Sorry, I'm not. I was trying to pretend like I was a cat lover.
We did recently. My one cat has a taste for human food, like an aggressive taste, and will beg you for food. The other doesn't know what it is yet, thank God.
Uh-huh.
But I've taken to, I'm eating my meals much slower these days. And so I'll have, some bites and then I'll just get up, do something for a little bit, come back to it. More than one time, I have found half of my dinner on the floor from where my cat crawled up and knocked off the meat and is just now on the floor eating it. And then I
I've
go,
always known cats to be carb queens. I'm surprised that they're going for the meat.
carnivorous, this carnivorous little monkey. Yeah. McCullough. He loves it. He loves it. So,
I know what your cat is hoarding, but what about you?
oh yeah, thank you so much. I'm hoarding a new podcast. Listeners, listen up. This is from one of my dear friends and one of the best people in the world. Her name is Jenna Worthen, and she wrote a book last year. I hoarded it called Moms Who Work. And this week she launched the Moms Who Work podcast. And this is trying to reframe the thinking around the term working mother. We never hear the term working father, but I'm a mom who works. Like, this is both identities and just really trying to level the playing field. It's really exciting. The first 10 to 13 episodes, she's essentially just going to be reading the book, like an audio book, essentially. And then she's going to have guests and have moms who work as, interesting guests and talk about their lives and their dilemmas and fun things. So the Moms Who Work podcast. So find it wherever you find your podcast. And you can buy the book on Amazon or at you can have one of your local bookstores order it or go to momswhowork.com and check it out. So I'm ordering that podcast. I'm very excited for her and I love it already. So yeah. What are you ordering?
Great.
Yeah.
Wraps.
Like,
Yum.
like
Food.
food wraps. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What kind?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Any.
Oh, any? That's
You-
my favorite brand.
I had a Mediterranean wrap today. It was like in like a spinach tortilla or something. I didn't
Ooh,
not
yummy.
pita.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, wraps just rip. They're so good. And
Yeah.
Caesar wrap, BLT wrap.
I'm a Caesar wrap slut. I'm a Caesar wrap
burrito.
slut.
I mean, any like
Yeah.
roll all that stuff together. Sushi burrito. Some may call a wrap.
Yes, it is. Technically, I think it
If
is.
it's in a tortilla or something shaped like a tortilla, I think it's just like my favorite way to consume food now. Like I love a sandwich for sure, but like it's such a direct line between like just like shove it down my throat,
Well, it's contained.
If it's in
Like you
wrap
don't have to have
form.
a plate necessarily.
But have I ever made a wrap at home? No.
Not a damn
No.
time in my life.
Never. That's not something that's homemade.
It's not for
like
me.
no one can wrap it right. This isn't it's just this is a treat left. Like what are you going to do? You're going to buy a Caesar salad and some chicken and then you're going to wrap it yourself? No one would ever do that.
No.
But like, will you pay $15 for it at a restaurant?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With a side of waffle fries, crisscross waffle fries? Yes.
Big time. Maybe, do you want to add on a cup of tomato soup for $3 extra? Yeah.
Does the Pope shit in Rome? Of course I do.
Yeah. Anyways, wraps.
I love it.
What are you throwing out?
Okay, so I've always talked about how people need to turn on their goddamn headlights. Here's it is. Anywhere in the world, if it's 3 p.m. now at this time of the year, just turn your headlights on. Just have them on. Yeah. Your day runners are not bright enough. It drives me insane. Turn your lights on, people. But one thing I'm noticing is that a lot of these headlights are getting custom and they're way too bright. They're like Bored Ape Yacht Club LED lights that are going to make us go blind. Have you seen this? Like the headlights are getting too bright. Like they make them like custom and off model or off market or whatever.
I have seen these.
I hate it.
And you're like driving and you're like, what is this asshole with his brights on? But then it's like,
yes, I think it's the brights and it's not. And it's also a lot of times it's like cars that are a little bit higher off the ground, like SUVs and trucks.
Trucks, yeah.
And I'm
like,
what's you're
crazy?
Already in a fucking truck. What do you need to see more for? You can already see from your height, but whatever.
I got a car. It's a really long story. The too long didn't read is I had a car and then someone in my family gave this car to a mechanic friend of theirs to fix. And then all of a sudden that car like mysteriously disappeared or something. And so then I ended up with this new car. I don't know if you must have saw this car because we were friends when I had it. Do you remember when I had that like Honda Civic that was 3 different colors?
Yeah.
Okay, so that car was given to me as a consolation gift because this other car that I had was like gone and no one could explain it. Like, yeah, like that car gone girled. I look, it doesn't matter. It really
sometimes
it does.
It's not worth getting into what happened.
It's the past.
It's the past.
Anyways, so I had this Honda Civic that was made up of 3 other Honda Civics. It was maroon. Yes, it was maroon, and then part of like the bumper was white and the trunk was green. And why not with this car? let's go ahead and throw on some off-market tinted rear lights. And
Perfect.
so I got pulled over in this car because by the Burbank police saying, and they gave me a fix-it ticket because of my lights being too dark. And
To
the
protect and
price,
serve.
yeah, and the price it was going to cost me to replace these lights was more than the car was like worth. Blue Book. And that was difficult for me as a 22-year-old to
Sure.
be able to to deal with. And so I think of that car and my fix-it ticket whenever I see headlights that bright. And I go,
Mhm.
where the hell is the Burbank PD now?
Yes.
Because that's the opposite problem that my car allegedly had.
Yes.
But that's like so much work. Like you can see my fucking lights.
Yeah.
Okay. They like you could see them. It was fine. It was just it's Burbank PD and they had nothing better to do. Anyways.
Beautiful. I'm sorry.
I just I felt like I needed to explain that I
Yeah.
didn't choose that car, you know?
Yeah.
Like rather than just come in and be like, "Oh, you used to have a car that was 3 different colors and they had off-market lights." I needed to people to know that I didn't pick that car up myself before I told that Burbank PD. I think I even told the Burbank PD this. Like, this car was not my choice. I did not install those lights, and you're going to punish me for them with this $25 fix-it ticket?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Anyways.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. All right. Well, Cass, where can the people find you since
Don't
they
you want to
can't?
know what I'm throwing out?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought that was, yeah.
I mean, I could
Sorry.
throw
No, no,
that
no.
moment
Yeah.
out.
Cass, what are you throwing away?
My upstairs neighbors.
No.
Well, look. Not them. Like, they're nice. But, what is up with the vacuuming every day? And, what
Yeah.
are we doing
Yeah.
at 3 a.m. in heels? Oh, it sounds like. But, not kind of sexy clicking heels, but character shoes.
Yes. Yes.
Like the loud boys, the loud, thick boys.
Yeah. I mean,
Are we playing croquet inside?
when you're cleaning up bodies, you got to have the right shoes.
They were fixing our patio because the patio upstairs had some illegal tile on it. And so the tile was illegal and it didn't have the proper drainage, and so there's all this water
Oh,
damage and
God.
their patio was going to collapse on us.
Yeah.
And so finally the HOA forced them to fix it. And while that was getting fixed,
Mm-hmm.
it took forever anyways, but it's fixed now.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since it's been fixed, 15 times a day, I'm hearing them come out.
Perfect.
The sliding door, open, close, open, close. I'm like, okay. One theory is they're playing croquet upstairs and they're practicing for show choir in their character shoes in the middle of the night. And, they're stabbing people with bags of oatmeal. And that's why they're making all this noise.
Of course, yeah.
But also, there is the other possibility that I'm like, someone up there has some pretty serious OCD. Or
Yeah.
maybe there's some sundowners. I mean, but that's sad when you put it that way,
Yeah.
That's a bummer. And then I'm the bad guy.
No, I mean, it can still suck just because they happen to possibly be either a serial killer or in a sundowning. Does not mean that you're the asshole for it being annoying. It still can be annoying.
It's just startling at night. And it's hard when we record.
Yeah.
It's impacting my life, but I'll never say a word to them about it.
Now,
never, ever.
My neighbors who I don't know if I've never seen them. I've never seen my upstairs neighbors. Every once in a while, I see me in my building and I'm like, are they new? They might have lived here for 30 years. But our neighbors upstairs, they be fucking at a regular cadence, loudly, like as if it's like bowling balls are falling off their bed while they're doing it. It's a steady clip. This they stick to whoever they are. They be fucking. And we just have to sit there while watching TV and be like, oh, neighbors are at it again. Good for them. Anyways,
God love them, you know?
oh, God, their relationship's great. We're so proud of them. Like, what do you say? They stay fucking. It's crazy how consistent and daily it is.
I'm proud of them.
And loud. But they don't know. They can't. You know, I'm proud of them. Anyway. God damn it. I hope they hear me. We're proud of you. Cass, where can the people find you?
Oh, where can you find me?
You.
You can find me at 11:59 p.m. on Thanksgiving and line at a Best Buy with a machete ready to buy TVs that I don't need.
Perfect.
With those door-busting sales. Where can the people find you?
They can find me at Iconic Erica Curry on Instagram and TikTok and all the other stuff. Iconic Erica on Poshmark. Again, make me an offer. No offers will not be either matched or rebutted. But you can find this podcast. This is the important thing at Trashy Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Spill, Blue Sky. Our website is trashypodcast.com. You can tell us about your trash or tell us a story you'd like for us to cover. We'll read it all. We can keep you anonymous, whatever you prefer. You can also sign up to support this podcast and hear ad-free versions and get our bonus content at patreon.com/trashytrashypod. Patreon.com/trashytrashypodcast. We have tiers starting at $1.99. We have a $5 level. We also have a $200,000 a month level. For that, we'll stop doing a public podcast and do a podcast for you specifically and only daily. You get your own private feed. You know, it's great. So if you guys sign up at the $200,000 level, like shoot us a DM too. We'll make sure it's really customizable to you. Use code TRASHY for all discounts. You can email us stories into trashytrashypodcast@gmail.com. And we have a merch store, which is Threadless runs promotions all the time with or without our promo code. So you can always go to trashytrashypodcast.threadless.com and get you a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, a mug, a baby onesie, whatever you need to support the Trashy Podcast and show your support online. You can also share this podcast. That's what helps us grow the most, giving us a 5-star rating and sharing the podcast. If you're on your podcast app, there'll be 3 little dots. Hit ... share podcast, and you can send it to a friend, email it to yourself at work, listen to it on your work computer. That way we get double listen. I'm just spitballing here, but all of your support so far, we really do appreciate any shares, any 5-star reviews, everyone engaging on social media. Everyone signed up for the Patreon. You guys mean the world to us. You're the reason why we can keep doing this. We thank you so much for being here and listening.
Yeah, thanks. That's great. Thanks so much.
We love you so much.
All
right.
We like it. We like it.
We're thankful for you.
Oh, I am thankful for you, Erica.
I'm thankful for you and the listeners and George Santos for being so entertaining.
I'm not thankful for that bitch. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Like they're like wrestling with shopping carts in the hallway right now. Okay. I swear to God, like I can't explain what else is happening. We have to end this.
I'm thankful for Florida Man. Anyway, hey Cass.
What's going on, girl?
Stay garbage.
You stay garbage, girl.
I will. Bye-bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Christmas shoes. Christmas shoes. I don't think that's not the tone of the song, but that's how I wish it sounded.
What else did they have that you could have gotten instead of nachos, you know?
It was just like the same, like roast beef and potatoes and like slab of meat, potatoes, a bad vegetable. I just needed some America. It'd been 2 weeks. I needed some America. And I chose a nacho, and it was a bad mistake. Winston was like, yeah, that'll be great. He was wrong.
He was cool with it. Oh my God.
He encouraged it. Anyway, we gotta go.